What happens when an NBA superstar's 24-year-old son assaults a cancer survivor at a luxury spa, then walks into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom interrupting the judge 7 times, constantly checking his watch and demanding, "Can we hurry this up? I have practice?" This entitled athlete is about to learn that disrespect toward judges has consequences. Some dismissive attitudes toward cancer survivors trigger instant emotional collapse, and certain arrogance can force NBA fathers to bench their own sons and donate millions to cancer research within minutes. But what makes this case devastating isn't only the assault or the courtroom disrespect. It's what happened when 38-year-old cancer survivor Emily Martinez, wearing a wig to hide chemotherapy-related hair loss, removed that wig in front of the entire courtroom, revealing the reality Tyler mocked. The instant shift from arrogant athlete to shattered young man will restore your faith that some truths cannot be ignored. It's a Friday afternoon in Providence Municipal Court. Tyler Jackson, 24, son of NBA All-Star Marcus "the King" Jackson, faces assault charges stemming from an incident at Serenity Luxury Spa 4 days earlier. The victim is 38-year-old Emily Martinez, a restaurant waitress who recently completed her final round of chemotherapy for breast cancer. She was at the spa using a gift certificate from friends when Tyler, disturbed by her appearance, she wore a wig and looked visibly weak from treatment, verbally confronted her and then shoved her, causing her to fall and injure her arm. When Providence police officer David Chin arrived and attempted to arrest Tyler, the response was immediate and dismissive. "Officer, do you know who my father is? Marcus Jackson. The King. I have NBA practice in 2 hours. This is a misunderstanding. My dad's agent will handle this." Officer Chin arrested him anyway, though Tyler's constant references to his NBA star father and his practice schedule created immediate complications. Now Tyler enters Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, and everything about his appearance screams athletic privilege and complete disregard for the proceedings. Designer athletic wear. Expensive basketball shoes. An NBA warm-up jacket. A smartwatch he checks constantly. A basketball bag slung over his shoulder. He moves with the casual arrogance of a professional athlete's son, someone who believes his father's fame and his own schedule matter more than criminal court. Behind him sits Marcus "the King" Jackson himself, the NBA All-Star, stiff in a suit, visibly uncomfortable. Judge Caprio watches the entrance carefully. Athletic gear in criminal court. The constant watch checking. The basketball bag. All clear statements of misplaced priority. The bailiff calls the case, the State of Rhode Island versus Tyler Marcus Jackson. Charges, assault and battery. Judge Caprio reviews the file. "Mr. Jackson, how do you plead?" Tyler barely looks up, glancing at his watch. "Not guilty, Your Honor." "Look, I need to." "Mr. Jackson," Judge Caprio interrupts, "I asked for your plea, not your schedule." Tyler looks surprised at being cut off. "Right. Not guilty. Your Honor, can we move quickly? I have NBA practice at 4 p.m. My dad's coach is very strict about." "Mr. Jackson, put your watch away and focus on this court." Tyler reluctantly lowers his wrist. "Your Honor, I understand there are procedures, but this situation is blown out of proportion. I was at the spa trying to relax before practice. This woman, she looked sick. Really sick. She was making other guests uncomfortable. Her appearance was off. I suggested she consider whether a public spa was appropriate given her obvious health issues. She became aggressive. There was minor physical contact." If you're not subscribed, hit that button now, because what happens next, especially what the cancer survivor does with her wig, will shock you. "Ms. Martinez, please come forward." A woman walks carefully to the front of the courtroom. She is 38 years old, wearing a wig that fully covers her head. Her movements are slow, cautious, like someone still recovering from serious illness. She is thin, visibly weakened, wearing long sleeves despite the warm courtroom to conceal treatment effects. Her right arm is in a brace. Judge Caprio's expression immediately softens with concern and respect. "Ms. Martinez, please tell the court what happened." Emily's voice is quiet but steady, carrying the strength of someone who survived unimaginable pain. "Your Honor, I'm 38 years old. I'm a waitress at Romano's restaurant. 8 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I had surgery, a double mastectomy, followed by 6 months of chemotherapy. I completed my final treatment 3 weeks ago. My coworkers collected money to buy me a gift certificate to Serenity Spa to celebrate finishing chemo. I'd been through so much pain and fear. That spa day was supposed to be my first step toward feeling normal again. 4 days ago, I was at the spa sitting quietly in the relaxation room, just trying to enjoy a moment of peace. This young man," she gestures toward Tyler, "came in from the pool area. He stared at me. Then he approached me and said, "Excuse me, are you sick? You look really sick." I was shocked. I said, "I'm recovering from cancer treatment." He said, "Cancer? Should you even be here? You're making people uncomfortable. You look like you're dying." I couldn't believe it. I told him I had every right to be there. He said, "Look at you. No hair. That's a wig, right? Thin. Weak. Sick people should stay home until they look normal again. This is a luxury spa. People come here to relax, not to look at sick people." I started crying. He said, "See? You're too emotional to be out in public. You need to leave." I refused. He grabbed my arm, the arm where my chemo port was, and pulled me toward the exit. I fell. My arm was injured. The same arm that's already been through so much. He walked away saying, "Next time, know when you don't belong." Before Judge Caprio can respond, Tyler interrupts. "First interruption, Your Honor. Okay, I feel bad she fell, but can we get to sentencing? I have practice in 90 minutes. Travel time, traffic." He checks his watch again. Judge Caprio's expression hardens. "Mr. Jackson, did you just interrupt Ms. Martinez's testimony to talk about basketball practice?" Tyler looks genuinely confused by the judge's reaction. "Your Honor, with respect, I have obligations. My dad is Marcus Jackson. I'm projected for the NBA draft next year. Missing practice affects my future. This was one incident at a spa. Can we just wrap this up? Mr. Jackson, you will not interrupt these proceedings again." Emily continues, her voice shaking. "Your Honor, he called me dying. He said I make people uncomfortable. He told me sick people should stay home. I survived cancer. I survived chemotherapy. And he attacked me because I don't look normal yet." Tyler interrupts again. Second interruption, Your Honor, sorry, but she's making this sound worse than it was. I just suggested she consider. He checks his watch. Sorry. 85 minutes until practice. Can we please move faster? Judge Caprio rises from his seat. Mr. Jackson, I warned you. One more interruption and you will be held in contempt. Tyler raises his hands defensively. Your Honor, I'm just being honest about time constraints. My dad's car is outside. If we finish in the next 20 minutes, I can still make practice. Judge Caprio signals for the spa's security footage immediately. Tyler interrupts. Third interruption, Your Honor, do we really need video? I've already acknowledged there was contact. Can we skip this and go straight to fines? I can write a check right now. Mr. Jackson, sit down and be quiet. The video begins. The spa relaxation room appears on screen. Emily sits alone, wearing her wig, thin and exhausted but peaceful. Tyler enters, stares at her, then approaches. A long exchange follows. Emily's face falls. She begins crying. Tyler is clearly seen pointing at her wig, gesturing at her body, saying harsh things. Emily refuses to leave. Tyler grabs her arm forcefully and pulls her toward the exit. Emily falls, crying out. Tyler walks away without helping. When the footage ends, Tyler interrupts. Fourth interruption, Your Honor, the video makes it look worse than it was. Check, he glances at his watch. 80 minutes now. I really need to wrap this up. The courtroom reacts with audible shock. Judge Caprio's voice turns ice cold. Mr. Jackson, you have interrupted these proceedings 4 times to discuss basketball practice. You are in criminal court facing assault charges involving a cancer survivor. Your practice schedule is irrelevant. Tyler looks frustrated. Your Honor, respectfully, my practice schedule isn't irrelevant to me. My dad is the king. I'm NBA legacy. This woman is fine. She's here. She's talking. She'll be okay. But if I miss practice, coach benches me. That affects my draft stock. This is about perspective. Emily stands, trembling with emotion and physical weakness. Your Honor, may I say something? Of course, Ms. Martinez. Emily looks directly at Tyler. Mr. Jackson, I had breast cancer. Do you know what chemotherapy does to your body? It destroys every fast-growing cell. Your hair falls out in clumps. You vomit until there's nothing left. You're so weak you can't walk to the bathroom. You lose your breasts, your hair, your strength, your dignity, but you fight. You fight because you want to live. Tyler interrupts, fifth interruption. Look, I get it. Cancer is hard, but he checks his watch again. Your Honor, 75 minutes. Can she make her point faster? Judge Caprio's voice becomes a command. Mr. Jackson, you have now interrupted 5 times. If you speak again without being asked, you will be removed from this courtroom. Emily's voice grows stronger. You told me I look like I'm dying. You told me to stay home until I look normal. You said sick people make others uncomfortable. You grabbed my arm, this arm. She raises her braced arm. The arm that had needles in it dozens of times for chemotherapy. And now, in court, you've interrupted the judge 5 times to complain about basketball practice. Tyler starts to speak. 6th interruption. Your Honor, I just want to clarify. He checks his watch. Mr. Jackson, Judge Caprio snaps. That is 6 interruptions. One more word and I will hold you in contempt and cancel your practice entirely, with jail time. Tyler finally seems to realize the danger he's in, though he still looks more annoyed than remorseful. Emily takes a slow breath. Then she does something no one expects. She reaches up to her wig. Mr. Jackson, you said I should stay home until I look normal. You said my appearance makes people uncomfortable. You stared at my wig and asked if I was dying. She pulls the wig off underneath. Her head is completely bald, not styled, not intentional. Chemotherapy bald. Patchy, with visible scalp irritation from months of treatment. The physical trauma is undeniable. The courtroom gasps. Emily stands there bald, holding her wig, staring directly at Tyler. This is what cancer treatment did to me. This is what you mocked. This is what you said makes people uncomfortable. This is why you told me to stay home. Tyler stares at her exposed scalp. The reality of what he attacked crashes into him all at once. His face changes instantly. The athletic arrogance disappears. The impatience vanishes. The entitlement collapses, his expression crumples. Tears come immediately. Oh my God. I didn't, you're actually. He can't finish his sentences. Emily continues, wig still in her hand, her bald head fully visible. I survived cancer. I survived chemotherapy. I was celebrating finishing treatment. And you attack me because I don't look normal yet. Tyler is crying now. Real crying. I'm so sorry. I called you dying. I told you to stay home. I grabbed your chemo arm. And in court I kept interrupting about practice. Oh my God. What did I do? He looks at Judge Caprio, then back at Emily's exposed scalp. Ms. Martinez, you survived cancer. You fought for your life, and I treated you like you were ruining my spa day. I interrupted your testimony 7 times. He suddenly realizes what he just said. Sorry, 6 times. No, 7. I'm doing it again. Tyler completely breaks down. The transformation is total. The arrogant athlete is gone, replaced by a young man finally confronting the reality of his cruelty. Judge Caprio now makes a decision that will permanently alter Tyler's life and his NBA star father's priorities. Clerk, I need an immediate phone call. Contact Marcus Jackson directly. Tell him it's Judge Frank Caprio regarding his son's criminal case. I don't care if he's in practice. Interrupt him. Marcus Jackson, seated in the gallery, stands. Your Honor, I'm right here. Mr. Jackson, your son has spent this entire proceeding interrupting me to discuss basketball practice while a cancer survivor testified. I am calling you officially. Within moments, a voice comes through the speakerphone. It's Marcus, the King Jackson's agent. Your Honor, Marcus is in team practice. This is highly irregular, get him now. A brief hold. Then Marcus Jackson's voice, slightly out of breath. This is Marcus Jackson. Your Honor, what's happening? Is Tyler okay? Judge Caprio speaks carefully. Mr. Jackson, your son assaulted a 38-year-old cancer survivor at a spa. He told her she looked like she was dying. He said sick people should stay home. He said her appearance made others uncomfortable. In my courtroom, Tyler interrupted these proceedings 7 times to complain about basketball practice. He checked his watch repeatedly during the cancer survivor's testimony. Most critically, when she removed her wig to show the reality of chemotherapy baldness, your son broke down crying, but only after 7 interruptions demanding we hurry up for practice. Silence. Marcus Jackson's voice changes completely. No longer an athlete. A father confronting failure. Your Honor, my son interrupted you during court about basketball practice? Yes. 7 times. And the woman, she's a cancer survivor? Yes. Chemotherapy? Yes. She revealed her chemotherapy boldness in court. That's when Tyler finally understood what he had attacked. Marcus Jackson's voice hardens into steel. Your Honor, is Ms. Martinez present? Yes. I'm here, Emily says softly, still bald, still holding her wig. Ms. Martinez, Marcus says, my name is Marcus Jackson. My son attacked you during your cancer recovery. He mocked your appearance. He told you to stay home. He interrupted a judge 7 times to prioritize basketball over justice for what he did to you. I am profoundly ashamed. Emily begins to cry, overwhelmed. Marcus continues. Your Honor, here's what happens next. Tyler is benched. I don't care about draft stock, practice, or his basketball future. He will not play until he understands that cancer survivors deserve respect, not mockery. Second, I am personally donating $5 million to breast cancer research at Providence Hospital in Ms. Martinez's name. Third, whatever sentence you impose, Tyler serves it without my lawyers, my money, or my influence. Basketball can wait. My son needs to learn what matters. Tyler is sobbing. Dad, I'm so sorry. Marcus responds without hesitation. Tyler, you interrupted a judge 7 times. You mocked a cancer survivor. You checked your watch while she described chemotherapy. You cared more about practice than justice. I raised you better than this, and you failed completely. Judge Caprio turns to Tyler. Mr. Jackson, your father has just benched you and donated $5 million because of your cruelty. Here is your sentence. Assault and battery. 18 months in county jail. 3 years probation. 1,000 hours of community service at cancer treatment centers. Mandatory education on illness, disability, and empathy. And full restitution to Ms. Martinez. Tyler serves his sentence. In jail and during community service, he meets cancer patients, survivors, and families. He learns what treatment truly means. When released, he never plays professional basketball. Instead, he becomes an advocate for cancer survivors. He meets Emily again. Ms. Martinez, I told you that you looked like you were dying. I said sick people should stay home. I grabbed your chemo arm. I interrupted Judge Caprio 7 times to prioritize basketball practice over what I did to you. You removed your wig to show me the reality of cancer treatment. I cried, but only after disrespecting you in court for an hour. I am so sorry. Emily, her hair now beginning to grow back, takes his hand. Tyler, you thought basketball mattered more than a cancer survivor's dignity. Now you know better. Maybe you finally learned that some things are more important than practice. If this story moved you, subscribe for more moments where Judge Frank Caprio and cancer survivors prove that no sport, no practice schedule matters more than human dignity. Remember Tyler's interruptions. 7 times he chose basketball over justice. That is the legacy of Judge Frank Caprio. That is the courage of Emily Martinez. That is the integrity of Marcus the King Jackson. Justice served. Basketball benched, respect learned, survivors honored.